The Arcturians. Channeled through Suzanne Lee. July 1, 2015.
Dear Arcturians, I just had an awful dream. I was so upset by this dream that I woke myself. I have several questions, which I want to ask. Therefore, I will ask the question and allow you to give me the answer. Question. What was the dream about? Some people came into a restaurant and started shooting everyone with machine guns. In the dream we were sitting at round tables with red and white tablecloths. Then, these people came in with machine guns and began spraying bullets all over the room. I woke up instantly and got a paper and pencil to ask you what was the dream about.
Answer. Actually no one was shot, but everyone was very scared and hid under the tables. There is a false flag in preparation now, so we ask our emissaries to not hide under the tables in fear but to stand up and say, we will not participate in that reality. We are no longer willing to be lied to and frightened anymore. We are multidimensional beings who have come to a third-dimensional body to assist Gaia. We will not tolerate lies and distortions of reality any longer. Therefore, we say to you all, blaze the violet fire into our ascending reality. We send you, the unknown faces of darkness and fear, unconditional love. Now that we stand in our light, in fact now that we stand in the unity of our light, we speak to you as one being to say, we love you unconditionally and blaze you with the violet fire. As we do so we declare from our high heart we will not participate in a reality of illusion and fear. We took earth vessels within this now to rescue Gaia from the clutches of greed and deceit. As one being we say, blessings to you, those who are afraid of the truth, afraid of ascension, and afraid to lose your power over others. We say to you, we love you unconditionally, and we bless you with the violet fire. We have been frightened by your fear but now we transmute that fear into love and we react only with unconditional love. We ask all of humanity to join us in this endeavor of sending love into the thought forms that are filled with fear. We send blessings to all who are afraid of the truth, afraid of ascension, and afraid to lose your power over others. We send you all unconditional love and violet fire. We the Arcturians, remind you all that as your resonance moves into the frequency of the fifth-dimensional consciousness, which you have promised to accept into your beingness during this incarnation, your multidimensional perceptions will come online. You all have unique energy fields that carry your individual resonance. As you begin to ascend back into your fifth-dimensional self you will remember how to see energy fields and thought forms. Once your consciousness reaches that frequency of your multidimensional self, you will remember that these thought forms and energy fields will pick up your energy field and share it with the energy field all over Gaia. In this manner you will begin to expand the territory of Gaia that you have promised to protect. Furthermore, you will then move into a collective version of yourself. In other words, as your energy package is swept up by this fifth-dimensional energy package, you will move into a state of deep unity consciousness with all the beings within that energy package. You are of course still aware of who you are. You will likely experience this moment of the now when you are in meditation or a short dream because you will leave time. Then come back into time in what seems like just a few moments. In reality this sweeping up of those who are ready to serve in unity consciousness is something that is expanding and growing with every minute of every day of Gaia's swirling planet. Once all of the incarnated versions of your personal self are gathered into unity, you will be taken into what you would likely perceive as a starship. Then, within that now, you will collect all the versions of yourself who have ever incarnated on Earth. For some of you that is a few incarnations and for others it is many. Once all of these human expressions of lives on Earth have gathered, you move on to your non-human expressions on Earth. The challenge that you promised to fulfill was that you would gather all the remnants of your conscious, unconscious and superconscious states of yourself. You then promised that you would no longer allow your thoughts and emotions, behaviors and decisions to stand in the way of your ascension. You are ascending. Therefore, if you choose to ascend, if you choose to fulfill the contract that you wrote before you took this incarnation, if you choose to move into your fifth-dimensional light body, you will need to be a full master of your thoughts and emotions. You need to gain this mastery because when your frequency rises into the fifth dimension, Your thoughts instantly become thought forms and thought forms become reality very quickly. If and when you have a fear-based thought, it will instantly become a part of your reality, because everything you will create in the now. In the fifth dimension your creations are instant because there is no time. Can you understand why you must be the master of your every thought? If you could see what we see, you would perceive wonderful thought forms of ascension, unity, unconditional love and violet fire. But then these thought forms can be suddenly shut down by a random, negative, insecure, frightened or selfish thought that just touches the edges of your consciousness. You are no longer children in training. The frequency of Gaia is moving into the fifth dimension. In fact, in certain experiences of the now, certain fifth-dimensional realities touch down and bonds with Gaia. Then you hear of a miracle that occurred in that time-space. On the other hand, there are still many acts of random violence. Therefore, you must send these acts of violence your unconditional love and violet fire. Send this love and fire into the core of the thought forms and energy fields that you perceive before it becomes grounded in the body of Gaia. If you can perceive the thought form of the negative, fearful event, you can transmute it before it becomes the component of the reality. If a negative thought form is allowed to ground on Gaia, it can grow like a weed to spread fear into those who perceive these thought forms and energy fields. Therefore, we ask you, our emissaries to Earth, to perceive these energy fields of potentiality that resonate to any frequency less than unconditional love. You needn't do anything because your fifth-dimensional consciousness will be the component of yourself that perceives these possible realities. Hence, you will be functioning via your fifth-dimensional consciousness. When you perceive these possible realities, send them unconditional love and violet fire. Do not rush to the phone or the internet or the computer to confirm it with another person first. If you receive these informations, then instantly transmute them. As you transmute these thought forms, make sure you surround them with the now, which is the reality of no time, because the now resonates to the fifth dimension and beyond. If you surround these energy fields with the fifth-dimensional now, then every time a similar energy field or thought form begins to sprout, that energy field that you have placed around the initial thought form will assist in transmuting all the similar thought forms and energy fields to a higher frequency. Remember that once your consciousness rises into the fifth dimension, your thoughts will instantly collect emanations and thought forms. As members of our cleanup crew, it is important that you locate, transmute and direct these thought forms and energy fields into your unconditional love and violet fire. Since you cannot do anything outside of you before you do it inside of you, you are being asked to cleanse your every thought and every emotion with unconditional love and violet fire. At this point you will have all the assistance you need, but this assistance will not come from the 3D matrix. The assistance that you will receive is beyond time and space and within the now of your fifth-dimensional reality. Therefore, allow yourself to continually ask for, listen to, and live within this assistance as it is coming from the you that resonate to a higher frequency. Allow the part of your portal that is grounded on the third dimension to be cleared and opened all the way through the fourth dimension and into the fifth dimension. In this manner, you can connect with your own self who is guiding you from the perspective of the now of the One. Please be aware that during your time of transmutation and shifting into this next frequency of yourself you might not be able to do much. This is by design. You need to be still and relaxed to allow your body to blend your heart and mind. You will also need to look inside yourself to see the opposite reflection that is also you. Then realize that one can become two, if they expand their light into one. We say to you now to be sure to give to yourself. If you do not give to yourself, then you have nothing to give to others. After all, how can you give away what you do not have? All of you, our great volunteers, are within this moment downloading a great deal of information. This information is coming to you in light language. It is coming to you in a frequency that can only be perceived by an opened high heart and an awakened third eye. Therefore, the most important thing that you can do right now is to allow yourself to become calibrated to as high a frequency as you can tolerate. Then relax, love, heal and remember. As you relax, love and heal, you will remember who you really are. Then, slowly but surely, things will come into your memory that you have been hiding from for a very long time. You were hiding from those memories because it was not yet the now for you to go into action. Therefore, it would not be safe for you to know who you were or why you came to Earth. Since we speak to you beyond time, we can say to you that there are many frequencies of your reality, and each of those frequencies represents that version of reality. Hence, what we speak of will occur in differing timelines which are dependent upon the state of consciousness of that area. If the overall state of consciousness of a given area is limited to the third dimension, there will not be enough people to break the habit of seeing the third dimension as being real. There needs to be groups of people resonating to the fifth dimension who are unified with each other because they are unified with their higher own expressions of self. These people can be very intimate with each other because they are intimate with their own higher self. There are more people like this than you might imagine. The challenge that you face now is for all of you to find a way to find each other and come together. As you find each other, you will begin to remember what you are doing in higher frequencies. This situation is much like when you were to see an old friend from old high school days or your first job and you laugh and hug and begin to chat. Those long-lost memories are then pulled to the forefront of your consciousness. In the same manner, your multidimensional memory will be jarred when you meet with these beings that have similar memories. We say beings because not all of these beings will be wearing humanoid forms. Some of these friends will be animals. Some will be dogs, cats, birds, trees or waterfalls. Gaia is alive and every part of her body can speak to you. You will just need to learn to read that language. If you, our beloved, grounded ones, are to be the interface between Gaia and the higher frequencies, you must learn to understand, read and send light language. You must also learn, remember how to understand, read and send the language of Gaia, which is the language of Gaia's planetary nature. Blessings be, we know that you learn these languages. We also know that you will fulfill your promise. We are the Arcturians,